Good evening right? Thank you so much for attending this version of Back to School Night. My name is Jake Rupp. I've been teaching for the last 15 years. Of those, I've spent a decade of them teaching AP Lang, which is the course that your student has chosen to take with us. AP Lang, and I probably shouldn't say it, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. AP Lang is the best class, and it's among the most important ones that your student, in my opinion, is going to take during their time just in schooling anywhere. And I think the reason that AP Lang is so important is because it's a class on making sense. What do people do when they are creating arguments? What are the moves they make to persuade? How are we convinced of things? It's a class that doesn't really deal with content. There's not a whole lot of things that we have to memorize. In fact, there's none. There's no books we have to read unless we use them as objects of study. It is a class that is focused on how others achieve their purpose and how your student achieves their own. And that's everything that we do over the course of this year. As an AP class, of course, there is an AP test at the end, and we work diligently to prepare your student for that. The first semester of the course is based entirely in rhetoric, how others are achieving their purpose, which makes up 1/3 of their AP test. The other 2/3 are on students creating their own arguments. So we look at how authors achieve theirs first so that your students can mimic it and create their own. It's a hard class, and your students will likely have struggles with it. However, it is not a hard class in terms of the amount or the volume of workload, which is why I believe in it so much. This isn't one where the assignments are just huge. It's one where the assignments, though not being a lot of work on paper, require a lot of thought because you're looking at all of the finer points of, what's going on in this series of sentences or with the tone of this author that's making an audience feel moved to do something. It's tough, but I want to make sure that I stress to you the same way that I've stressed to your students, is that the expectation in no way is that your students come here already capable of doing these things. I'm on the payroll to teach them how to do it. And so we're going to spend a lot of time doing that. You are then going to see that their grades will reflect not just an inherent skill they have, but their ability to continually improve. We're doing independent reading projects. Those are worth 10% of their grade. But that work, again, is based on how closely they are reading things and then how well supported their ideas are about those things. We do day books every day. Ask your student, they'll show you. They get a day book where we run through all of the finer points of what we're doing so that we can make these bigger products. Those day books are worth 20-25% of their grade. They do them every day. We grade them in batches. I also, before I let you go, I don't want to take up too much of your time this evening. I want to make sure that I stress that my focus in this class is not on the act of grading. I grade a lot. Your student will have plenty of grades. But it's not on the act of grading, it's on the act of providing feedback. Grading is not teaching. They will get grades, but my focus is making sure that they know where they were successful versus what they can do to be better next time. Feedback is key. And if they deserve to be celebrated, and your kids probably know this, I'm going to celebrate them. I'm not shy about being enthusiastic. But if they also need those moves, I'm going to point them out. And then we can have some kind of dialogue there, and we can make the work better. Because this is a life skill, being able to achieve your purpose, whatever it might be. That's essentially it for AP Lang. We don't have big units. It's really a class in looking at objects of study, how others persuade, how you then persuade, and getting better at being able to verbalize those things either in speaking or in writing. So if you have any questions or your students need anything at all, feel free to check in. Please send me an email. We can set up meetings in whatever capacity we are in at the time. It's whatever you guys need, all right? But I think your students are enjoying the class so far, and if there's anything that you ever need, please let me know. Thank you.